Antoinette, to you first, just how bad is the air quality in Sydney today?
Well, Joe, it has reached those hazardous levels, particularly in the city's northwest. We're talking 2 or 3 times above the national standard for air quality. It's on a par with New Delhi, if you can believe that. You can see behind me, or perhaps not see very much behind me at all. This thick blanket of smoke has settled over the city in the early hours of this morning, and it's really taking a while to budge. There's really very little wind at the moment. It's being driven from those fires that are coming from the northwest of the city, the outskirts, the Gospers Mountain fire that's been burning now for several weeks. So that's the smoke that's coming into the city is from that fire. We are likely to see some change to conditions later today with a southerly, but that's also going to be proving problematic for those bushfires.
And what are health authorities advising people to do who have conditions?
Well, that's right. So for most people, it's going to affect things like their eyes and their throats. They shouldn't feel too much from this poor air quality, but particularly for those elderly, children and those with lung conditions like asthma or emphysema, the authorities are warning people to stay indoors and shut the windows and doors to really stay away from those smoky conditions. We've spoken to a few people who've been exercising outdoors this morning already, some in their 70s. They didn't seem too worried, but their trainers were actually saying, look, they're not doing much cardio today. It's very slow work. So people are being advised not to exercise too much outdoors because it can really affect your health.
Yes, some people have cancelled today. They have that option, and people that want to train, I'll go ahead with them, but I'll modify the training.
We had a group here at 6 a.m. this morning, so we've been training since 6 a.m, 7 a.m, 8 a.m. It has cleared up a bit in the last hour or so. So we did notify any of our clients that had any asthmatic issues to bring their puffer with them. But Peter here is 78 years old, he's still rocked up today, and I think that's why we've probably moved up a little bit away from the harbour, just to get a slightly fresher air, but you can smell it. So yeah, we're just being a little bit more cautious than normal.
And should it clear today?
Potentially, or it could settle in for another few days. We're seeing those temperatures head up into the high 30s, mid 40s, and the change in wind direction could determine how long this smoke settles in the city. That southerly is due to come in a bit later today, but we're looking to have this sort of smoke condition remain in the city over the next few days.
And Lara, what's the latest on the bushfire situation?
Well, at the moment, Joe, we're still sitting just under 50 bushfires that are burning throughout the state, so about 48. Now, half of those, even though they're all at advice level, half of those are actually uncontained. So it doesn't mean that we're out of the woods yet. In terms of personnel, we've got 1,153 that are out there, 415 trucks that have been deployed. And I guess the good news to come of this is that there's just been under 500, let me correct that. Just under 500 homes have been lost and nearly 1,200 homes that have been saved. So there has been some good news to come out of this almost more than a week of bushfires that have been ravaging parts of the state. At the moment, the concern is really going to be just over the north of the state. As you get further, even up to the mid-north coast, the Gospers Mountain fire, which is burning northwest of Sydney, it's got a huge patch of thick bushland, which is just ravaging through. So there are concerns that as those winds come through, the westerly winds, that could actually go further in and create some really devastating smoke conditions. The other issue to remember is there is a total fire ban today. So RFS officers are really keen to reiterate and push that message, and also a severe weather warning for fire danger and also very high conditions for that. So some difficult conditions for fire crews ahead today.
Okay, we'll leave it there for the moment. Lara Hyams at the Rural Fire Service headquarters and Antoinette Collins on a pretty smoky Sydney Harbour.